We're back with Wednesday workout number 9. I mean, I feel like I was writing my plan and I'm like, I feel like we have to go for 10 at least.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even if we stop after 10, we have to hit a nice round number to go with. So thanks for joining. As always, you need a light, medium and a heavy weight if you've got one, which I generally don't. So I just use what I've got around. You're all on mute, but obviously if you need to say anything, write it in the chat or unmute yourself. And I thought it was really interesting to add, actually, Jackie also runs a Facebook live session that's slightly easier than this because it is quite tough, but still a really good workout, 30 minutes, same time on Friday. So for anyone who's interested in that, it's a great little session. So join in on that. It's all over her social media and I shared it last week. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, stay on at the end. But other than that, we'll crack on with a bit of mobility. Okay, so just wanted to start down on your mat. We're going to start with a glute bridge. So as always, like to get those glutes fired up. So feet so that you can probably just about touch your heels as an ankle tap. And we're just going to come up and down into a glute bridge. So hold, squeeze the glutes together. Just try and get some movement through the glutes and the belly and make sure everything's nice and tight and tensed up. Hold, just to make sure you're holding a little bit at the top. And then from there, let's just take off opposite legs. So really firing up the glutes, making sure that the hips are staying level and not sinking down each time. So if you need to look at your hips, as you take one off, you don't want a hip to drop. I mean, obviously I'm exaggerating there, but even just a little one, make sure everything's fired up. Good. Okay, from there, let's sit up. Just gonna do wind wipers. So hands down behind, drop both knees out to the right and to the left. If you're anything like me, you'll get a big crack out your back. Okay, so just going to do this and then we're going to go back into that glute bridge position, but we're going to do some abduction, adduction. Wait, Jackie, help.
So adduction is knees in, abduction is knees out.
The second one.
If you're
okay, so basically, I don't need to know. Let's go on. Go on, Jackie, you're the expert. But knees bent, hips up, leg out. What's that?
Abduction.
Abduct, guys, the leg. Abduct it.
Abduction, when you bring it back in, it's adduction.
Abduction to adduction. There you go.
If you remember it, because when you add, it's like you bring in. That's how I always remember.
Nice. Okay, so again, you really have to make sure with this, keep going, that you're firing up those hips. This is even, so it's a step further than the one before. You take your leg out as far as you can before your hip drops. If your hip drops, you haven't got the strength in that range to hold up. It's a tough one. Well done. So that's a really good one for people to work on. Okay, come down onto your knees. Right leg out to the side, straight, in line with your knee. And what you're going to do is walk your hands forward, so you're in a sort of plank position, and walk it back so you sit back onto the heel. So trying to get a little bit of hip mobility going there, just going forward and back. And switch legs. So other leg out to the side and walk forward. Good stuff. And let's stand up. Next one we're going to do is a good morning to squat. Hold on, just got someone coming in. So, hands on temples, hinge at the hips and squat down. We've all done this enough times to know what it is now. So from the side, Make sure that when you go down, you're sitting back onto your heels. Last one. Good stuff. Next one is some split squats to pulse, so feet nice and wide apart. Make sure you're not kind of on a tight rope, but your actually back leg is further out. And we're going to drop down, pulse, and come up. I like this one because you get a little bit of a stretch and a little bit of a muscle fire up. And switch. Make sure that depth's nice and low. Make sure that you can still see your front toe as well. If you can't see your front toe, then your feet aren't wide enough. Last one. Good stuff. And some set of calf raises, so feet nice and together. Let's go up for 10. Try and go up nice and fast, down a little bit slower. So you're really getting that fire up on the way up and control on the way down. And then feet pointing apart. And from there, now we're all nice and fired up. Just some jogging on the spot. So try and just get a little bit of movement through feet and calves, ankles. So you're not kind of lazily jogging on the spot, you're trying to push off the ground nice and lively when you hit it. And let's add in some arms. Crossovers at the front, different arm on the top each time. And so let's kick the bum behind. So feet up back to the bum behind. And if you've got the coordination, some arm swings at the same time. Back to jogging. Change direction of the arm swings. Circles. Good stuff. And into some lunges. So we're going to go forward lunge, angle lunge, angle lunge. Try to keep that leg pinned. Use the back leg to help you off. Maybe come up into your onto your toes when you get back. Stay nice and light and drop in. Good stuff. Next one, set of Russian dancers. So kind of like what we did with Jackie last week. Up into your high plank position and then front foot forward. Just going to do kind of like 20 of these. So you're going to dance your feet behind. And that's about 20. And one last one to finish is some drop lunges. So feet coming together in the middle and then drop your lunge out. Feet together. And then speed it up for a few. Actually, we're going to do one more just in case Jackie hits our adductors. Touchdown lunge, so touch the toe, skip across, touch the other toe. And push off the outside leg. Last one. Well done. Got my breathing up. I'm warm. If I'm warm, it normally means everyone else is because my warm-up's so long. So over to you, Jackie.
Get it. Definitely. Brain is up. Ready to go. All right, guys. So as Laura said before, you need a light, medium, and a heavy weight today. You'll also need a step or stairs. So I just have my freestanding step here. If you're close to a staircase, you can use that. Maybe the first step or the first and second step, depending on your level. So whatever works best for you. If you don't have a step, that's totally fine. You can do all these exercises without a step. It just adds a little bit of an extra challenge if you do have. Up against a wall or something so it's not going to wobble around, or something like an ottoman or something like that you could use as well. So just use your discretion as far as safety goes. I always say this, first and foremost, we want to be safe doing all these exercises, regardless of whether we're using a step or weights or whatever it is. So you do what it feels most comfortable for you. All right, so with that being said, we're going to start with a pyramid. So we're going to explore some different timings today, kind of get away from the work, rest, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off type of exercise intervals. I wanted to switch it up a little bit, give you guys a little bit of a different take on how you can still get some solid work in a different way. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a pyramid to start off with. So it's an every minute on the minute pyramid. So what that means is you're going to have a certain amount of reps of each exercise to do in 1 minute. The rest of the minute is yours to rest, all right? So if you're still like, what the heck does that mean? Just follow along and you'll kind of pick it up as we go. First minute, you're going to do 10 inchworm push-ups. So inchworm push-up, squat down, walk out, push up, walk back in, and then I want you to jump at the top, all right? So that's 1. You have 10 to do in a minute, all right? Then you're going to hear the bell. When you hear the bell, you're going to go right into back lunges. You have 20 back lunges off of the step if you have a step. So drop down 1, 2, up to 20, all right? Alternating legs. Then next bell, 30 mountain climbers on each leg. So you can count 1, 1, 2, 2, or up to 60 if you just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? Up to you. Then you're going to hit 40 jumping jacks, so just up and back down. And then lastly, we're going to hit 50 pulsing squats, so just nice and low pulse, all right? Once we hit 50, we're going back down the pyramid, so 40, 30, 20, 10. So we have 9 minutes of straight work, guys. So I want you to really work to get those reps done, because that is when you earn your break during this whole pyramid, all right? So 1 minute to do each of these exercises. I'll remind you of the reps as we go. I know that was a lot to take in all at once. So I'll remind you as we go. And we are starting off with 10 inchworm push-ups. You have 1 minute to do 10. Are we ready? Yeah. And let's go. So squat, walk out, push up, walk back in, big jump at the top. Option to drop to your knees for the push-up if you need to. Come on, guys, hold that plank as you drop into the push-up. After you've done 10, the rest of the time is yours to recover. $15 seconds, guys. If you've recovered, grab your weights for your back lunges. We have 20 back lunges in 5 seconds. Let's go. So chest stays up nice and tall. You try to keep that front knee right over the heel. And then again, guys, if you don't have a step, just a regular back lunge is just fine. As you come up, drive through that heel. And remember, take your time on the form, guys. If you feel like you're coming forward, bring that chest up, drop the knee down. 15 seconds, 30 mountain climbers on each side. 10 seconds. Whoa. Woo, my heart rate is spiked. 3, 2, let's go. 30 mountain climbers each side. Shoulders stay over your hands, guys. Hips stay in line with your shoulders and your heels. So I don't want to see any butts up in the air. Drop them low. As you drop them, you'll probably start to feel your core work a little bit more. Come on, 30 seconds left. If you finish these, it's a nice little break for you before we go straight into jumping jacks. You got 20 seconds, guys. Breathe. Ooh, 10 seconds. Little dip for you guys here. You guys are fast at mountain climbers. It's amazing. Maybe I should have added more on. All right, jumping jacks 40. Let's go. Come on, guys, keep going. Nice work. After 40, breathe. We're going into pulsing squats next. We got 20 seconds still. Now, option here, especially if you're a squash player and you're really trying to strengthen the legs, option here to hold a weight for your squats if you want to. We have 50 in 1 minute. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Stay low. Push the hips back. And as you drop down, the knees should be pushing out, guys. So you'll start to kind of feel it on that glute med. That's your side glute muscle here. So the knees should be caving in. They should be kind of tracking over the second and third toe. Chest stays nice and tall. Weight stays on the heel, but that doesn't mean toes lift. So toes should be digging into the ground too. Woo! It is burning. Nice work, guys. 20 seconds. Keep going. Oh my gosh, shake those legs out. Whoa. All right, we're going back down the ladder now, guys. 40 jumping jacks. You have 10 seconds to shake it out. In 3, 2, let's go. Come on, who can finish first? Come on, guys, the quicker you finish, the more time you get to recover. Oh my gosh. All right, mountain climbers, we have 20 seconds. Breathe. Ten seconds. All right, if you finish these quick last time, go a little bit slower, hold a little bit longer. Let's go. So you're gonna hold 1, 2, 3, 4. So it becomes more of a core exercise rather than cardio. So up to you, whichever way you want to do it. If you want to hit more core, shift forward as you bring the knee forward. Amazing, guys. Keep going. Keep those hips down. 30 seconds, halfway there, guys. You guys are crushing this. Allie, Lucy, Anna, you guys are flying through these. Amazing. All right, 15 seconds. We're hitting the back lunges. We have 20. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So make sure the knee drops straight down. Chest stays. Come on, guys, keep going, keep going. Looking so good. Make sure you're getting the form on these. Beautiful. Nice, Mary. Looking really good, Cheryl. Great form. Way to keep that chest up. 20 seconds, guys. Shake it out. And we have inchworm push-ups to finish off the bottom of this pyramid. 10 seconds. In 3, 2, let's go. How quickly can you get out and back from that inchworm? And remember, guys, as you walk out, strong through the core here. So I don't want to see anybody's hips dropping down as they walk out in that inchworm. 30 seconds, come on, finish strong. $15 seconds. 10 seconds, guys. Finish it out. Finish it out. Whoa. 3, 2, done. Woo.
I mean, of course, you know, got 20 to 30 seconds on a lot of those. I flipping didn't get any rest on those first push-ups. You were like, time. I'm like, no, I'm still in my 10th push-up, actually.
Inchworm push-ups are sneaky. But at least you probably made it up with the lower body stuff. Whew.
I did. I made up for it, but.
All right, guys. So we're gonna switch over to some ladders. So we're just gonna be adding reps each time, okay? So you have 2 exercises. They're gonna be similar. One's a strength, one's a plyo. They complement each other. You have 2 minutes to get as high up the ladder as you can. All right, so we're gonna start with sumo squats. You want a nice heavy weight for your sumo squats, guys. Especially you squash players. Feet are nice and wide. You're gonna do 1 sumo squat, drop it down, 1 jump squat, 2 sumo squats, 2 jump squats, 3, 3, 4, 4, as high as you can get in 2 minutes, all right? When you hear that 2-minute timer, you're gonna drop into a plank. We have a 1-minute plank. Then you're gonna hop up, and we have 2 new exercises for 2 minutes, then a 1-minute plank, 2 exercises, plank, 2 exercises, plank. Deal?
Wait, so 2 minutes of squat to squat jump. Oh, yep. My word, you animal. Okay.
I told you it was leg heavy today. You're welcome. All right. So 2 minutes, and then you get an opportunity to catch your breath. Give your legs a little bit of a rest by holding a 1-minute plank. All right, as the next set of exercises gets closer, I'll show you what you're doing. You guys will be holding the plank while I explain the next exercises. All right, so all you need to know right now, 1 sumo squat, 1 jump squat, 2 sumos, 2 jumps, 3 sumos, 3 jumps, as high as you can go. I think the goal is to beat Laura. I think there might be a few people that'll give you a run for your money, Laura, but I think it's
Joey absolutely smashed me on the burpees last week, so Joey's the one to beat. All right. Okay, Joey, it's on you.
All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Sumo squat, jump squat. Ready? And let's go. So 1 sumo, 1 jump. So guys, for those sumo squats, as you come up, you're squeezing your glutes together at the top. So you're gonna try to squeeze your hips together as much as you can. You'll feel it on the inside of your hip muscles and on your glutes on the outside. Knees are out, not caving in, all right? Jump squats, reach for the ceiling. Blow it and explode. Come on, guys, almost halfway. We're at 1 minute. If you guys need to shake it out at any point, that is totally fine. That means you are working to your max capacity, and that is what we want. Come on. Seconds. Guys, for those sumo squats, make sure you're keeping your chest up. So you're not coming forward, you're dropping with the hips. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, time. Plank, go. Come on, guys, hold that plank. A little bit of a rest for your legs, although the quads might be burning a little bit. Woo! 20 seconds in. So guys, check in on that plank. Make sure your shoulders are in line with your hips and your heels. Option to drop to your knees. If you need to, you can also drop to your elbows. All right, you guys got 20 seconds still. Keep holding. Next exercise. Watch me. 1 split squat. 1 drop lunge. Other way, 1 split squat. 1 drop lunge. Then 2 split squats, 2 drop lunges. Come up. 2. Let's go. So 1 split. Come forward. 1 drop. Other leg. 1 split. 1 drop. Switch legs. 2 splits. 2 drops. Switch legs. 2 splits. 2 drops. So guys, on those split squats, make sure that the front knee stays over the heel. You're not shifting forward too much. You can hinge at the hips to get a little bit more glute activation in that one. Option to drop the weight for this one, and also do these without a weight. That's totally fine. We are halfway there. Come on, guys. Dig. Really nice, guys. Yes, Lolita, keep that knee over the heel. Shift that foot back a little bit. Looking really good, guys. Come on, 40 seconds. Dig through the front heel. push, 20 seconds. Finish out that round. 10 seconds. 2, 1, drop into that plank. Come on, guys, squeeze the abs. Squeeze those abs as hard as you can. If you need to shake it out for a second, that is totally fine. You do what you need to do to get through this workout. Come on, guys, 30 seconds, keep pushing. Abs should be on fire. Nice work, guys. Keep holding. You have 20 seconds. Next exercise, side lunges. So you need probably a medium weight. One side lunge on each side. Put it down. One side lunge jump. And 4, 3, come up. 2, 1, let's go. So one side lunge, each leg. Weight down, side lunge jump, each leg. Grab the weight, 2 side lunges. Come on, guys, keep digging. Push the hip back as you drop down into that lunge. Chest stays up. Amazing work, guys. We are almost to that minute. One down, one to go. Keep going. Come on, push off of that foot that's on the outside. Amazing, guys. Come on, 35 seconds. Keep digging. Nice, Allie. Beautiful range on those lunges. Nice, Dara. Way to get side to side. Looking good, Divya. Drop lower. 15 seconds. Come on, push. Get ready for that plank. 3, 2, 1, plank, go. Whoa. Whew. Let's see if I can drink water and hold a plank at the same time. Whew. That worked. Amazing work, guys. Come on, keep holding. High plank or low plank. Whatever feels best for you. So guys, as you're holding your plank, make sure that you're not dropped down. Make sure your chest isn't dropped down. But also make sure it's not rounded. All right, nice flat back here. All right, 20 seconds, keep holding. Last exercise. One single leg deadlift. Good, down. One single leg hop. Ready? In 5 seconds, you're doing a single leg deadlift. Drop the weight, single leg hop. Here we go. Single leg deadlift. Down, up, weight down, hop. Other leg. Down, up, weight down, hop. Now 2. So if you really want to challenge yourself, try not to touch that leg down at all as you transition from weighted to unweighted. Getting a rep on every time, guys. So you can also do this one without a weight, guys. Totally fine to do this one unweighted. You can also tap down in between if you need to. So you can bring your foot back for the hop, or you can even just do a bend and drive. We're over halfway, guys. So for that single leg deadlift, you are hinging at the hips. So you're pushing the hips back. Shoulders come forward. You should feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. Come on, guys. Almost there. You got 30 seconds. Really focus in on the movement. It gets particularly challenging as you go up in the reps and you try not to drop down the foot. 15 seconds. Come on, guys, dig. Stare at something on the floor in front of you as you drop. 3, 2, 1, play. Last minute. Come on, hold. Last minute here. Woo! Come on, guys, you got this. This is how we create muscular endurance. I want you to really squeeze your abs. If you guys were on a few weeks ago with us, we talked about active planks. Active planks, you're squeezing your abs as hard as you can the entire time. Squeeze your abs like somebody's gonna punch you in the stomach. 20 seconds, guys, come on. Stick with me. Keep those hips up. Careful that they're not dropping. I'd rather have a little bit of a higher hip than a too low hip. Almost there, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. Oh, man. Whew. Okay. Oh, my gosh. A little bit sweaty now. How you feeling, Laura?
I have no words. I mean, it's a first, but I literally, I mean, a first certainly in our workouts, but I'm just a bit in shock.
Oh, man. All right.
What I'm saying is that you're obviously gaining in confidence when it comes to your leg strength.
Oh.
Joey, how many did you get?
12 and a half.
On the first one?
12 and a half round.
You absolute animal. I got 10. That's that's a whole, because as the reps go up, that's a lot extra. It's like an extra 20.
Like 7 though. The next group of exercises, 7 or 8.
Yeah, I did 10 and then I did, I think 8 and then it dropped a bit. That's unbelievable. So well done, bloody hell.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a cool one to do too, like to give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Even obviously not when we're doing it here, but take it into another workout that you would do. Record your reps and then do it like a week, 2 weeks later, see if you can improve. So that's always just a nice one to give yourself your own little challenge for that and see the improvement. Awesome. All right. That was a little gift for you guys to let you guys catch your breath a little. All right, so we have a 3-minute finisher. So we're gonna do talls. So you have 2 minutes or 2 exercises. And when I yell switch, you're gonna switch exercises, all right? So first one, quick feet. So if you have that step, you're gonna go up and back down. All right? If you don't have a step, you're just gonna do quick feet here, all right? So quick feet is your first one. Second one, squat thrust. So burpee without a push-up. So squat out, in, and then you're gonna jump on the step, jump back off, out, in, on. You can also put your hands on the step if you want to, all right? So we're alternating between them for 3 minutes, okay? So just keep doing the exercise that you're on until I yell switch, then you'll switch to the other one. We're gonna start with quick feet, all right? 3, finisher.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Yes. The worst is over, I think. Famous last words, right? All right. 3 minutes on the clock. Whew. All right. Quick feet. In 3, 2, go. So nice and quick, either on and off your step, or if you don't have a step here, you can also do high knees. That's a great alternative, Laura. So squat press. If you don't have a step, just jump in place. Switch. Come on, guys, nice and quick, nice and quick. Switch. Come on, guys, keep going. We're a minute in. Switch. Come on, we're on quick feet now. Go, 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 go. Yes. If you're using a step, switch feet. So if you lead with your right, start to lead with your left. Switch. Come on, guys. When you're doing that squat thrust, make sure the hips stay high. Careful not to let them drop low. Come on. Switch. Coming up to that last minute. Keep going, keep going. Switch. Switch, switch, switch. Come on. You're on squat thrust. Less than a minute to go, guys. Come on. Nice, Stu. Nice and quick and high on those squat thrusts. You're like a frog over there. Looking so good, guys. Nice, Allie. Switch. 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 Come on, guys. Less than 30 to go. So good, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Nice, Simon. Let's go a little bit faster with those feet. Go, 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 go. Yes. Switch. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Done. Oh my gosh. Woo. I'm dead.
You don't sound dead.
Done.
You sound very much alive.
Haley's got a little bit of a cheeky rest when I was trying to watch you guys. Make sure you guys are doing all right. Make sure nobody passed out on us. Oh my gosh.
That was an absolute
now starfish.
Woo. How's everybody feeling? Are you coming back next week?
Alex saying no.
Let's do a little round of core. If you don't want to do it, it was a hard session that, so if you don't want to do it, just start your stretch down or, you know, log off, whatever. But we'll, let's try it.
Yeah, the way I see it, we're already sweaty, we're already exhausted. A little bit more is just going to be better.
Not like Jackie and I ever plan anything or nothing, but I've got a pyramid of a plank.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Yes.
So we've just it shouldn't be too tough, but I mean it will be tough because we've just done that, but I mean it's not too long. So what we've got is 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And obviously if this gets too much for anyone at any time, just stop. So we've got 4 exercises. So we're starting with leg lowers. So legs up and down. Going into Russian twist. Now I'm just going to use a 3K med ball because I kind of like it for balance. So you're touching down. If you don't want to use a weight, you can just use your, just use body weight with your hands touching down. Next one is tuck kick outs. So sort of sat on your bum bones and you're going to kick out and back. And then the last one is ankle taps. Okay? So 10 seconds of each, 20 seconds of each, 30 seconds of each.
Love it.
All right, let's go then. So we're starting with 10 seconds of leg lowers. So everyone down, legs up. Go. Into Russian twists. Into tuck kick outs. Into ankle taps. I mean, it's like I planned it that we don't have to move.
You're a genius.
All right, leg lowers for 20 seconds. Let's go.
See, this works out, Laura, because all I did with core was planks. So now you're hitting all the stuff we're relying on our back.
Yeah. Okay, into Russian twists. So feet off or on the ground. Jackie will tell you the difference.
So just make sure you're not sitting on your tailbone. You're sitting, like Laura said, sitting on your butt bones. If you sit on your tailbone, it's a lot of pressure on the lower back.
Okay guys, we're into tuck kick outs. So Jackie, what's the difference between if you have your feet off or on the ground on Russian twists?
So you're working your hip flexors a little bit more if you have your feet off, but I actually prefer on because that ensures that you're sitting on your butt bone. Where you have it, if you have it off, you tend to sit on your tailbone a little bit more.
Ankle taps, good timing. All right guys, we're going for one more round. Leg lowers for 30 seconds. Go. So if this is starting to get really tough, just slow down your pace. So kind of just do 1 every time you'd normally do 2. Or for this one, you can do single leg lowers. You've got 10 more seconds, less now.
You can also bend your knees a little bit too.
Next up, we've got Russian twists. Ideally, probably feet down. Sit forward onto your bum bones, your bum muscles. And if you want to really rip that core, reach further behind you or further away to the side. 10 seconds. This next one's going to be a killer for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, tuck kick outs, let's go. So keep your form. I mean, if you had your feet off, your hip flexors are going to be in pieces now.
Yeah. Oh, mine are for sure.
Okay guys, we've got 10 seconds and we're into the last exercise. Keep going, 5. Ankle taps. The further your feet are apart, the further your feet are together, the harder it is.
Yeah.
10 seconds. And done.
Oh my gosh.
Big pack. Don't Don't quote me on that though. Wow.
Guys, see you later.
Do you want to start, Jackie?
Yeah, I can start. All right, so let's just drop onto our stomach. You're just gonna put your hands right here, and we'll do some, oh my gosh, I forgot what they're called right now. But you're just gonna start to, spinal extensions, that's what they're called. I can't think anymore, I'm dead. So hands are next to your sides, and you're just going to deep breath in, and then exhale and start to lift your chest and your shoulders up. So you should be using the top part of your back to start to help you lift. You shouldn't feel pressure in the lower back. You want to keep your chin tucked and just exhale, push up. And then if you can't come any farther, come back down and exhale, come up. And one more, exhale. Good, all right, and then just sit back into child's pose, stretch the upper back. Good, all right, and then come forward again. And if this feels okay with you, push up into cobra if this feels okay on the lower back. If not, don't push up as high, and you're just gonna come, just stretching your abs. Good, all right, and then come into all fours, and you're gonna take one hand, drop it down, big stretch of the upper back. So press one hand into the mat, pull that top shoulder back. And then switch to the other side. Good, all right, and then sit back one more time just to release the lower back. Walk your hands forward as far as you can. Feel that stretch all along your sides. All right, and then I'm gonna kick it over to Laura, queen of hip stretches and mobility.
Okay, thanks. I was just thinking about how we can hit that core and like, so let's kind of go 1 foot forward and hands up above our head. My mat's so wet and slippy. That's one
good workout.
On the other side. Hands at prayer at the chest, and then let's try and hook. If you've got your right foot forward, you want to hook your left elbow over and really push those hands together. If you're really balanced, pick the back knee up because you get a real good stretch through the left hip flexor. If not, just keep it down. Breathe. Every time you breathe, just try and relax into that twist. And come out. Hands down either side of the foot. Let's rock the front hamstring back. Slight hold at the top. And come forward. One more. Good. And switch legs. So let's go left leg forward and rock forward through the hip flexor, arms above the head. One side and the other. And then hands together, hook the arm over the knee, press your hands together and just breathe. And then if you wish, back knee up behind. And then let's go through the hamstring. Hold at the bottom. Rock forward. One more. Good stuff. And then let's so come through to a bit of our pigeon stretch. So front knee forward and through, and just sit into this. If this is a little bit too much for you, then you've always got kind of knee over opposite, and if you want a bit more, you can bring this leg round as well. Quite a good one for getting the outside of the glute med. So a couple of options there, but if you've got the range, this is definitely a deeper stretch. Gosh, that's tight already.
I know, mine too.
Ooh. Did some ghosting for the first time though yesterday, so that's probably not helped the whole situation, has it? Let's switch legs. Just try and relax into it, keep breathing. And then we'll push back and just walk the calves out a little bit. And I guess one last one I was just thinking of. So if we sit down, so if you have tight hips, you have the option to, this is probably the easiest option, which is feet and soles together. The further you have them in, the closer you have them into your bum, the harder it is. But if you're tight, you can have your feet right away and just try and lean forward, but make sure that you have got a straight back. So I don't want to see anyone like this trying to get extra depth. Like keep up and lean down, and if you can't do it, that's okay, just go as far as you can. For everyone who's got a lot of hip flexibility, this is a brilliant one for outside of glutes. So it's kind of like a double pigeon, what we just did. So the bottom leg is, pull my camera down a bit. So it's almost like you're sitting cross-legged, which is probably be an in-between one, because if you lean forward in that, you feel it down the outside of your glute. And if you've got the space, right ankle on top of left knee. And Jackie, how can you do that?
No, my hips are so tight. I can do butterfly. That's about it.
What would you suggest as a little, so if you can do this, this is the hardest one, and then we're going to switch legs. So as an alternative down, just the feet together. I mean, look how much less flexible. I mean, I'm still pretty good, but this is a lot less flexible.
Like this is as far as I get. Yeah, I would say just help with that is just kind of like you did before the windshield wipers, dropping there, and then if you lay back, you'll get that stretch all along the outside of the hip too. So that's a good one if you do have tight hips.
Great stuff. Well, I just thought it was a good one to show a few people if you've ever done yoga, or if you have got tight hips but you've got good range, then it's a great one. It levels out your hips really well as well. So great. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Workout number 10 next week. Woo!